What is up, pyros and fireworks enthusiasts? Welcome back to the Vermont Pyro Boys here on YouTube. And it's the most wonderful time of the year. My seasonal tent is opening back up again.
Welcome everybody to Green Mountain Fireworks.
I am so happy to be back here at my pyro home base, Green Mountain Fireworks, right up here in Alberg, Vermont, way up in the north of the state. It's so early in the season that things are still being set up, but because I'm friends with the folks who run the joint, I get to sneak in here and give you guys a sneak peek at what's to come for this upcoming fireworks season. So we're going to take a look around. I'm going to show you some of the product that they've got right now. There's more coming in before the 4th, and we'll look at some of the prices as well. So let's take a look around, shall we? Here we go. All right, guys, so I'm going to take you through the tent just like you were walking in yourself. We're going to walk right in the front door and see how everything's laid out this year. Ready? Here we go. So as you walk in, we've got a nice main aisle down the side now. So as you know how I love to do, we're going to start with the small and kind of snake our way through here. So right here by the cash register, we've got the little things, the novelties. We've got snakes and some flyers, the Sky Team, you know, lots of novelties, a bunch of tanks, hens laying eggs, all the fun little stuff. These are fun, these bomb bags, because it's just vinegar and baking soda basically, and you don't need to light anything, so the kids can do those by themselves out in the yard. And we've got some aerial spinners here, ground bloom flowers, of course. Lots of fun stuff. The hover hopper is new this year, all the way down to ladybugs. And then if we turn around, we've got our smoke items on this side. So lots of variety in smoke. We've got the color changing smoke canisters from Winda, jumbo smoke balls. We've got some Great American smoke cans. You guys might remember those from our channel here. 6-minute smoke bombs. We've got the Jurassic Jungle, a nice dinosaur butt sticking up for you guys to see. Even up to the gender reveal smoke cake, which is super big, 500-gram smoke cake. And then as we come around the corner, we've got sparklers, so many varieties. I believe this whole side is pretty much sparklers from all sizes too. We've got the 36-inch ones here. We've got these 20-inch sparklers here. You know, the jumbo octopus, where the sparklers open up like the tentacles of an octopus, some various shapes. Ocean Theater, which is really fun. It's like a toy that you put a sparkler in the little seal's nose and it spins around. And then if we walk across the aisle, we come to the fountains. So we've got our smaller fountains starting here, as small as these little guys. I almost think of them as novelties. We've got Noisy Boys here. It's $10 for a 6-pack of those. And then we've got Cuckoos and Killer Bees. I don't know if you guys have a preference, one or the other. I think I like the Killer Bees better myself, but they're both about $13. And then we've got the big tractor puppy fountain, which is when you're starting to get into fountains that are, it feels a little bigger to me, though they're priced like the small ones here, which is very nice. And then we've got Freedom's Wings, a mini snow cones, some Great American stuff, which you guys know that I absolutely love, Dynamite. And then we've got Silent Mode, Tiger Fountain, Airmail, all the way down to Hoot Hoot Hooray. There's some Overload burgers. And then as we continue around the corner, we've got Frog Prince, and then you see we're slowly moving into the bigger fountains as we go around. The Hero Fountain. Then we've got Bad Boys over here. I think that one has some mines that shoot out sparks, which is pretty cool. And then we come on over and we've got Grand Cannon, which we haven't tried yet, but I know Charlie had his eye on that one last time we were at a store in New Hampshire. Totally Purple, which was a really cool, especially if you love purple, very cool fountain indeed. Great color on that one. The Lighthouse, this is fun because it's got vents in the top where the fountain shoots out, but then there's strobes in these colored windows here, so they will all flash. And then we got the Fire Wheel, which on top of having a multi-vent fountain on the top, has the spinner that spins around. I don't know if it's at the beginning or the end. And then we've got the Kid, nice little Grogu looking fountain there, and the bigger snow cone. And then we've got the biggest fountain here at the moment, 180 degrees, which doesn't have anything to do with turning around. It's actually because it lasts for 180 seconds. So there's a 3-minute fountain right there. So very nice indeed. Definitely looking forward to trying one of those myself. And then we've got some wheels. We've got the handheld Lucky Wheel, and we've got the Spyro Spark. And you guys know I'm looking for some wheels, so I'm kind of excited to get my hands on a couple of these guys. And then we've got some other fountains over here on the very end, kind of an end cap of like a special highlight fountain, the Ballerina's Ball. So, and that is $35 for a Ballerina's Ball, which of course does fountains out of the corners, as well as this spins around and shoots fountain effects out as well. So, and then we come back over this way, and we can see we've got a whole bunch of different parachute items, right from the Plane Drops parachute, and then we've got some multiple parachute items. We've got Parachute Battalion right here. That does 7 shots, and each shot does several parachutes per. Pretty neat. And then we've also got the Military Parachute and the Princess Parachute. Now, both of these come with 2 tubes per box, and they shoot a large parachute up in the air, and depending on whether you have military or princess, the parachute is weighted down as it sails back to the earth with a little army guy or a little princess. So the kiddos get toys to play with after you shoot it, which is really fun. And then here we've got 4th of July Skydive. I shot one of these last year, and I don't think I actually put a video up, but that was really fun. Lots of parachutes come out of that, which is fantastic indeed. Definitely really fun if you're into the parachute stuff. So then we'll come over here, and we've got some Saturn missiles on this table, a few different varieties. Looks like we've only got 25 shots and 100 shots right now. I suspect there will be more as we move into the summer a little bit more. And we've got our firecracker and noisemaker section. So we've got flash crackers from Winda, muscle packs, and then we've got some adult snap, Megaforce and seismic snaps, and then the Great American Blast Crackers, which are probably the louder of the 2 single firecrackers that we have here available right now, but really very fantastic firecrackers for singles. And then we've got some regular Bang Snap poppets, little pop-pops like you guys all know and love. And then we've got the 1,000 rolls over here on the side. And then we come around the corner and we start looking at the Roman candles. We've got these 10-ball mini candles from Great American, and these are a lot of fun. I've shot my way through a couple packs of these. Not sure if I posted any, but they're just little guys. They're real easy to do at home if you don't have a lot of space. They don't make noise, but they do shoot nice, good, colorful balls of red and green. So that's really fun. And then we've got some 5-ball, looks like purple and lemon and green and red, multiple colors. And then we've got some chameleon candles. I'm going to take some of these home. The balls are supposed to change colors on these. And then we get into our larger style candles. We've got the mini blaster here from Winda, and this has 280 shots in 1 Roman candle fuse.
Nice.
And then we've got some larger candles here. We've got the Heavy Splash from Winda, and we've got the Cyclone 7 also from Winda. And then we've got our big barrage candles. We've got the Master Blaster, which you know Charlie's got one of those coming up for his $100 show that we'll be doing closer to the 4th of July. So hopefully you guys will all tune in to see that. And then we've got the Trooper Turret. This has a handle, but don't hold on to it. Stick it in the ground. But this does a ton of shots. And we've got also the Into the Blue, which is once again from Winda, which is all blue effects and very strong blue too, from what I understand, which is great because it's not always easy to find fireworks, especially cakes or candles, where the blue is super prominent. So we're going to head over here to the cakes. As we walk this way, we can see we've got the CEO of Assortments, which is the big Mamma Jamma assortment here at Green Mountain Fireworks this year. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Now we've come to our cakes. We'll start with the small ones and work our way up. So we've got 96 shot color pearl, which is really fun, especially if you fuse a couple of them together. We've done that before, and that is an absolute hoot for something little that you can do at home in the backyard. And we've got a crackling mine cake, which just shoots up mines, crackling mines, right? It's appropriately named. So very fun. And then we've got the Pretty Little Flyers assortment. All 4 of those are available here. 10 1/4 a piece. A great little 7-shot cake. And they're really quite fun. And then we've got some of our classic Winda smaller cakes here. We've got the Mercurial Bee, and you guys know I love this bad boy, the Bump Bear. Oh, how can you go wrong with Bump Bear? I love Bump Bear. So, yeah, know where to go and get more when I want them. And then we've got a Premium Happy Planet. Is your basic happy firework, goes up and does smaller breaks. And then we get into things that actually have a little bit bigger breaks. So we've got Fun Fuel, which you can see a demo of here on our Winda playlist that we shot quite a little ways back last fall. Really nice cake, a lot of shots in a small cake, but they definitely perform well. Concert Lights, which I've shot more than once, also very nice. And then Frankenmine, which I actually haven't done yet on this channel. This is one of the first fireworks I ever shot. And we've got Sky Shooter, which is like a mini 200-gram zipper. Does really nice going back and forth and back and forth. And then we've got another fascinating cake, Sky Smackers, which features go-getters. It does have some nice breaks, but the go-getters, which is what you see in this photo here, are really fantastic on this one. And as we come around the corner, we've got a Flying Fish Cake, too fishy, and then another classic, one that everybody should shoot at least once in their life, the Cherry Bomber, which is an awesome cake. Great red and white strobe in there too. And then we've got the Whirlwind Romance, which is another really great cake. Whirlwind, because all the shots feature tourbillons. And the other thing about this, which I really like, is you get 2 cakes in a box. So you're not spending $35 per cake. It's actually a bit more of a bargain than that. It's more like, what would that come out to, $18 per? So about a little bit less than $20 each, which is pretty reasonable for a couple of 200-gram cakes. Then as we come over here, beside the door, right at the entrance as you come in, we have the 350-gram section. So we've got Taco Truck. Looks like there's only one left at the moment. So if you want Taco Truck and you're in the vicinity, you better get out here and grab it. And we got Grillin' and Chillin', which we shot on the channel not too long ago. Very fast-paced, 25-shot or stow cake, featuring lots of stuff in a very short period of time. Then we've got the Game Night Assortment, Air Hockey Hero, Pinball Wizard, and these both do kind of the same thing and the same firing pattern, but your shots are a little bit different color and different effects with each one. You get a angled W of 3 shots going up and then sort of Roman candles that go back and forth. So very cool indeed. And then over here, this guy is awesome, and there's only 2 of them here at the moment, but this is a 2-stage girandola. Very fun. If you haven't tried one yet, I highly recommend it. You do need a lot of space to shoot one of these. That whole plastic piece, these are all rocket motors that going around here, and this will spin like a giant propeller. It screams like someone's doing a burnout in front of your house, flies up in the air. Second stage goes again. It flies up even higher, screaming the whole time, and then it breaks into a beautiful brocade. And I freaking love this thing, and I love girandolas. And it's because I bought Take Me to Your Leader right here at Green Mountain Fireworks. So definitely a good one. Hopefully she's got more coming because these things are awesome. Then we've got a Gender Reveal 500 grammer. So we're into the 500 grams now. Girl or boy. Fire Ninja, which is really super cool. Very fascinating pacing on this one. Slower shots, but then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom at the end with tons of really great willows going up in the air. Really cool. Absolutely a favorite of mine. I would recommend it to anybody who likes willows. And then we've got Bottoms Up. Some of you guys might remember this one. Colossal Fart Joke there on the label. So my kids love it because, you know, my kids love any fart joke. That's why they love their dad. And this one has the fart joke because it does a couple shots with breaks, and then it shoots a lot of shots that sound a bit like the zipper novelties up in the air. So you've got an interesting sound with this cake. And then next up we have the Hardcore Cycles series, and these are all available individually this year for about $59 a piece. Every one of them is a great cake on its own, standalone. And then also, if we look back here, we do have the whole box kit available as well. And you do get a slight discount if you purchase all 4 of them together. Then we've got this baby next. Hopefully you guys all recognize this one. If you haven't, then just go back and look at my last upload because it was neon orange. And very impressive cake. tell you what, guys, I was not disappointed at all. Very powerful, colorful cake, and wonderful angles and wonderful effects. And then we've got the king cake next, which I haven't tried yet, but I have one in my stash. Screw Loose. Screw Loose features the scattering stars, just like Dragon Duel, also from Winda. Really cool effect, my favorite effect at the moment, and absolutely a very cool cake indeed. Followed up by Faux Show. Fish Tank is one I would love to get my hands on a case of these. It's almost got like two parts to it. There's the first half where your shots go up and break almost like jellyfish in the air, and then your second half is rapid fire all these big, beautiful willows. As a matter of fact, at the moment, I would go as far as, without getting into NOABs, this is probably the best willow cake that we have right here. It's very impressive. So then we have Break the Vault. Now, the performance on this one does say willows. However, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't want to personally vouch for it. But definitely one that I would be excited. I love the wrap on it. I think it looks like it's got to have a lot of gold, right? So that looks really cool indeed. Then we've got Neon Shake, which is a brightly colored fan cake. I haven't tried this one either. And then we've got the IPA 4-pack. Incredible pyro action. And don't know how many of you guys are beer drinkers, but I sure am. And I love IPAs. So I'm pretty excited to try out a beer-themed 4-pack of 500-gram cakes. Now, if we keep going, we get to what you might call the big boys. So we've got Hearts of Fire. This is a 500-gram cake with how many shots? 16 shots. The thing about Hearts of Fire is you have the exposed tubes, so you almost have the feel of like kind of a NOAB. Obviously, your tubes are not as big as a NOAB. I don't know, these might be 2 inches right here in the middle, but it's hard to tell without measuring them. And then we've got All In, another very cool cake, 51 shots, very big. It's probably a 2-1. And featuring a lot of cool effects. And then we've got some zippers here. Report to Duty. For a zipper, it's only 86 shots, but they're big ones. You get bigger shots and more breaks than you usually do with a zipper, which is definitely very appealing for me. I like to have breaks, and I pass on zippers a lot because they don't have so many breaks. But one zipper that I haven't passed on is the Chameleon 5000. Great color-changing comet shots. A couple of breaks in the end. The opening musical segment with the song and our little Vermont Pyro Boy logo, that is the Chameleon 5000 going off in the foreground at the beginning of that. I love it so much I had to include it on our opening sequence. Then we've got the Chaotic Incident. Oh, this is a crazy one, and I want to say that's why. 658 shots. So I haven't shot this myself. I believe it is a lot of crackles that go up. So here's the performance up here. Non-stop brocade wings with purple pearls and time rain crackles. So you've got basically 658 shots that are going to go up and do the nice time rain crackle for you, if I'm reading that correctly. Once again, I haven't shot it yet, so I might be wrong here, and feel free to chime in the comments and let me know, because this is a big one. So I'd love to hear it. And it's on the pricey side, as bigger cakes often are, so I don't know if I'll get one or not this year. Then we've got the Golden Peacock, another wonderful zipper cake featuring, guess what color, everybody? Yeah, gold. So a lot of nice effects there. And then we've got an assortment of 500 grammers here, Wingspan. They're quite big, and they each feature 650 shots. So I guess that would mean one of each. So fascinating cake assortment there. I think it'd be really fun to try. So I'll see if I can get my hands on one of those later in the year. Then we've got yet another zipper, Party Like It's 1776. Definitely very large. So you can see my arm going all over George Washington there. It looks like he's ready to party. Another great zipper cake. And then we get into our compound cakes. We've got just a couple of them here. Front Row Seats, which is a 2-cake compound cake. Very nice finale in a box. And then we've got Fancy Freedom, right? F-A-N. So you've got 3 500-gram cakes that fire simultaneously, making a huge fan effect for your finale of your show. And finally, the Party Pyro Pack, which you've seen 3 of the 4 already on my channel if you've been watching for a little while. I got this at the end of last year. Now, this is not a compound cake. These are 4 500-gram finale cakes. So this is a cake assortment, not a compound cake that you would light individually. Or you can light them all at once just the same. I'm sure it'd be a hell of a good time. And finally, we've got the container load blue. And of course, this is 4 500-gram cakes that are often thought of as NOABs. They have the 2-inch bores, so they're very big indeed. Then if we circle back this way to the final table, we do have a selection of a few NOABs. Of course, NOABs are your biggest fireworks legally available. These are all 3-inch tube NOABs, so really they're like 2.75, I think, if you measure the inside, but very huge balls that go up for great effects. We've got Yin Yang, which I haven't seen yet, Ring Ring, which we demoed last year, which is really nice, all rings. Then we've got Pyro Candy over here, which I have not seen myself, and my very favorite NOAB, and actually Bronwyn, the owner, loves this one too, the Mother of All Bombs. Just a really fantastic, beautiful, giant willows in the sky that hang forever. I can't say enough about the Mother of All Bombs. So that is our quick tour of Green Mountain Fireworks right here in Alberg, Vermont. Like I said, I'm kind of in cahoots with these guys. I come and help out here for store credit. That's how I get to walk around here without anybody in the joint right now. And, you know, really great people. Can't say enough about them. The owners are really fun. I think of them as friends, and just a really nice part of the pyro community and the community up here in northern Vermont in general. So, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you just found us because you like store walkthrough videos, make sure to push the subscription button and hit that notification bell, because not only do I do walkthroughs up here, I do walkthroughs of about every fireworks store I can get to. I'm actually going to be recording another one in less than a week, hundreds of miles away from here. With every store walkthrough video, there's usually a subsequent stash video, because I just can't walk into one of these places and not load up on some pyro. You guys know how it is. I know you do. So yeah, as you guys can probably pretty easily imagine, there's an inherent problem with helping out at a fireworks tent if you're obsessed with pyro. And that's that I definitely do. I buy stuff every time I go there. I save up all my store credit, and usually what I do is I'll wait all the way until after the 4th, and then I'll go and just blow it all at once on big things or things that I wouldn't have normally bought. So all this other stuff that I get between now and then actually do pay for while I'm there. But I did get a few things. I didn't get a lot. I try and do a monthly budget for myself with my pyro, because I buy a lot of pyro and I really love doing this stuff, and I got to make sure I don't get out of control. I know you guys know the feeling. So I only got a few things because I'm way over my budget, with some really big pickups coming very soon that you'll see. But let's take a look at what I got when I was at the tent. So, like I said, I just got a few things, trying to keep myself under control. I got a couple of little novelties, because the boys and I love to have things that we can go out in the driveway and light. So I got a pack of jumping jacks, I think 12 packs. So those are fun. And then we haven't tried these yet. These are the night bombers from Winda. It doesn't fly this way. It actually spins. There's a little nub underneath. And so it'll go up like a UFO. And then we got a couple of fountains. I like doing fountain demos. 2 of these, Hooray and Silent Mode, I've actually shot several times already and haven't put a demo up yet. So Hooray, I actually had one set aside to do a demo of, and a babysitter went out and shot it with my kids while my wife and I were out to a show one night. So I missed it. I got another one because they had it there. Silent Mode also has a little bit of an interesting story. Way back when the channel was first getting started, I had some issues with the AI sensors on YouTube, not quite understanding that I was the one lighting the fireworks. And my original demo of Silent Mode was pulled, so I got another one because I think it's a really awesome fountain, and it definitely deserves a full demo from us, and I really wanted to do another one. So we got that coming, and then I have Bad Boys, which I skipped over last year But this year I think I really want to see those mine effects that I'm pretty sure it has in there. So pretty excited for that. Then I got the mini blaster. A lot of shots in a little tiny Roman candle, so I'm excited to see what those do. And I also, as I mentioned when I was doing the walkthrough, I picked up 2 packs of these chameleons for Roman candles because I'm excited to see the colors changing stars. Winda does a great job on those. And if you're following along with the saga of the Vermont Pyro Boys and my pyro journey, then you know I just put up a video of trying out a small wheel for my Diwali festival. And they had these at the tent. They have the handheld Lucky Wheels, which was almost a spur-of-the-moment buy. I don't think we're going to hold them in our hands. We'll find a way to prop them up somehow and light them. I'll probably just demo one, maybe with another fountain, who knows, to see how I like it, and then decide what to do with the other 2. And then I also got not 1 but 2 of these Spyro Sparks. I'm pretty sure this is a single-use item, even despite the large size of the box and seeing the 2 pinwheels in there. So I bought 1 box to demo and another one because I am quite certain that I do want to do that with my Diwali board. So very excited to have that. That was absolutely on my list. I grabbed those real quick once I got in the tent just to make sure that they weren't going to get snatched up. And so that's what I got, just a small pickup from Green Mountain Fireworks. All right. Hope you liked the video, everybody. Thanks again for watching. I definitely appreciate it, and we'll see you next time right here on the Vermont Pyro Boys. Have a great night. Peace.